Yo, hustlers, welcome back to another episode of the HustlePedia podcast.
A very exciting show today. We got two great guys in the music industry, Saucybeats and Tdott. Welcome to the show, guys. Thanks for coming so short notice.
Thanks for having us, man.
Appreciate it. I know you guys have known each other for a while, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, how long?
Since like
High school.
Yeah,
High school.
High school, so from way back, hey?
It's not that way back.
Wait.
Few years.
But you guys didn't? You guys both start music at the same time in high school or no?
You probably rapping before I started
Yeah,
producing.
I started rapping in 2017. That's when I dropped my first song.
And that was, what grade were you in at that time?
Grade 11.
And was that when you were performing at the schools?
Yeah.
That's when I first heard about you, bro. I saw this video, and you were turning up in front of probably like 300 white girls, and I was like, yo, that's pretty sick. To be honest with you, that's all good, yeah.
But yeah, let's get into it. You guys come from same industry but two different stories. So start off like how you guys started and where you are today, and we'll go from there.
You want to go first?
Sure. So basically, March 2020, I guess, when quarantine started, is when I really took music seriously. Probably in grade 12, my buddy Colton Feigl, I think you know. Colton.
Yeah, I know Colton, bro. Shout out Colton.
Yeah, he downloaded FL Studio, which is like the software I use. And I had no clue how any of that shit worked, but we'd always just go to his house and just kind of mess around. I had been playing piano since I was 3, so I had a bit of a musical background. And then
it was the brown parents, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. I played pianos. I played piano
school,
too.
Music, piano, that typical shit. And then when quarantine started, I had downloaded FL and just started grinding it out. I was working at a restaurant at the Adidas outlet mall in Leduc there. And at the restaurant, I had cut my whole tendon on my finger here. If you my finger's stuck like this.
Shit.
And it was just my pinky, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But I couldn't do shit at work or anything. So that's I was just sitting at home, just on my computer all day, learning FL. And then probably a month or two after, so April-ish, April 2020, Youngboy had dropped. I was into rap music, but not crazy like that. And then you guys know Brume, I'm sure. You know Brume. Yeah. I was working with him at Adidas, and he's big Youngboy fan. Yeah. So he put me onto his music, and then I remember Youngboy had dropped a tape and then another album or something in April, and I was just listening to production, and I was like, this shit is crazy. And then I started listening to Youngboy as much as Brume, who's he's the one that put me onto him, listens to him the most out of everybody I know, I think.
So now you're a diehard fan for YB or what?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Drake is better than Youngboy.
Oh, hot take.
What do you think?
I've definitely heard you say that before.
Statistic-wise, Youngboy's on the top.
Yeah.
That's just facts,
But you started taking influence from Youngboy's beats or what? How did that go?
Yeah, so I was fucking around, going on YouTube, looking up type beats, trying to copy shit for Drake, Youngboy, Lil Baby, all typical artists. And then I had listened to the album that Youngboy dropped, and I looked on the website Genius.
Yeah.
You can see who the producers and recording engineers, all that shit is. Yeah. And I followed all these guys on Instagram, all these producers. They have no clue who I am. I used to post cartoon art on my Instagram page with beats. I was sending beats to Tdott at the time, and I thought they were good.
Was he using them?
He was saying they're good. He was saying they're good, but I know now that I listen to them now, he's just trying to be nice. Yeah. So I followed all these producers that worked with Youngboy, and when it comes to producing, if you want to work with people that are higher than you either got to pay them.
Yeah.
Or you gotta have a beat is made up of a loop, a melody, and then the drums, right? Mm-hmm. So most of these guys that are locked in with artists and stuff, they're always doing drums because it's easy. They get loops in their email, melodies in their email. They do the drums quick, send a pack, done. So since I knew how to play piano, I focused more on the melody making side of things. So I was cranking out 4 to 5 Youngboy style melodies every single day, probably from April until August, and then from then I eventually got one with Youngboy through one of the producers, just sending loops every day, and that kind of pushed me to more fame in the. I'm not famous or anything.
Wait. So in a way, you were spamming producers with melodies.
Of course. So
okay.
There's a big thing in the producer industry, with sample makers, melody makers. They get an email list of 1,000 producers, and they just carbon copy all the emails.
Oh yeah.
And so these guys will get an email with like loops, and then they can see that this person sent it to like fucking 1,000 people. But I was like, I knew not to do that because when people see that, they don't like, it's not exclusive to them. They don't want to use it. So I would like go send it to each individual email. So it would take me like
but it was
an hour
all
and
the
a
same,
half.
right?
It was all the same. Yeah. So then I got the first song with Youngboy, and that kind of just, a lot of attention was on me when it happened. I think I used the attention the right way. Kept building on my skills, networking, and then I'm here now.
Yo, so let me ask, when you got the beat with Youngboy, did he reach out to you personally, or was it his guys?
Nah, so I made the melody for the first Youngboy song. It's called Walking Dead. I made the melody. I sent it to my bro BJ Beats. He's from I think he's from Chicago. He, like, when you place a beat with an artist, it means the artist rapped on the beat.
Yeah.
So he texted me like August or September or some shit, and like I was in Calgary at the time on a family trip, and he texted me like, "Oh, yo, Youngboy used the beat," and I was like holy shit. That was my biggest goal.
Yeah.
We go to Lake Louise that day, just like with my grandparents.
Did you celebrate?
Well, like my parents have no clue what that stuff means. I was excited, right? But like we were going to Lake Louise, and then I had also locked in the guy who records Youngboy. His name's Jason. Shout out Jason. He like was saying like send beats because they were working on I think Youngboy's album called Top.
Yeah.
Top, yeah.
And as I like texted him back saying I'm gonna send some beats, he's like, yeah, Youngboy's going live right now. He recorded on one of your beats. My phone's at 5%, no reception in the mountains. I'm freaking the fuck out. Like it says NBA Youngboy went live. I join it. I hear the beat. I hear like the snippet. And as he's playing it, my phone dies.
Shit.
So, and like, you know, Youngboy's fan pages and fans, like it's insane.
Yeah, they're
so
like diehard.
Everyone's screen recording, posting it. So I go on my dad's phone, log into my Instagram, find out, like, listen to the whole snippet. I'm like in Lake Louise, no reception.
Yeah.
I can't even like load shit. Then like a couple months go by, he plays it on his story a few times, and then he released it on like a surprise mixtape.
Yeah.
So he never reached out to me personally. It's his label or like his management. They'll send like a producer agreement with all the terms, what you get paid, your percentage on the royalties, all that shit. So
That's crazy though. That's still big, you know. Were you feeling like shocked? Like what was like
so like usually with a major placement, like with a major artist, you get paperwork like 2-3 weeks before, could be even months before. So you have an idea it's coming out. He like I didn't get any paperwork, nothing, and then it was like I think it was September 5th. He like there's this video, like his eyes are bloodshot. He looked like messed up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure you guys have seen it.
Yeah.
And he's like saying some shit, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm dropping a mixtape tonight at like 12." And it was like 10 p.m. So no promotion, nothing.
Oh, yeah.
So and like no paperwork, so nobody had any clue what's gonna be on there. So then like, it's like midnight when music's supposed to drop, and nothing comes out. So I'm like, whatever. Then I'm like watching a Nelk video on YouTube or something, and then I get Instagram notifications like, new Youngboy produced by me. Like everyone's mentioning me in comments. I fucking go on YouTube and it's right there. I'm like,
wow.
holy shit.
That must be crazy.
It was a crazy feeling, man. Like that, because that was like the biggest goal. That's kind of the reason that got me into producing, like to take it serious.
Yeah.
So when that shit happened, it was just.
So he was the first artist to use your beat, right? Or do you have any small artists throughout the process?
Do you guys know who Fredo Bang is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They they kind
they
of
have
got beef
beef?
with each other. Yeah. It's not a beef, but as a producer, yeah, you don't pick sides, right?
Yeah.
So he was probably the first like major artist. You know, YFN Lucci.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit never dropped. And then like Youngboy was my first like major.
Yeah. That's crazy though. Yeah, let's get to you, Tdott. What's your story? How'd you start?
Oh, me? Like, I've always had, like, a passion for music, like, since a kid, too. Like, grew up in church, so, like, my mom and stuff, like, Nigerian parents, we always listening to, like, gospel music and everything.
So you good with the piano too, I assume?
Nah, not as much. I used to play bass guitar and saxophone, though.
Okay.
So, yeah, those are my instruments. And then 2016, when I entered high school, like, I'm pretty sure you guys know Eric Miracle, right?
Yeah.
So he had a brother, Ralphie.
Yeah.
They had, like, a music group, YNE. Like,
Yeah,
back
that
then.
shit used to bang back.
Yeah,
That was
from-
young, but I remember.
Way
that,
back in the day, right? So, like, Eric, when I touched down the school, and he was like, yo, my brother raps, like, look at this. And I was like, oh, this is actually tough. Like, I actually, like, fuck with this shit, you know? So, when I heard that, he was like, you should start writing. like out of the blue, and he's like, we can write together. I was like, all right, cool. So it was like kind of just like a hobby at first, you know. But then I low-key like fell in love with like songwriting, and like by myself, like I started to just like grind that out, like literally search for like type beats on YouTube for like hours and just like write random songs. And then like I guess from Edmonton, cause like there's no like music, it's not really like a music hub, right? So you don't really know like how to properly go about like making music.
Yeah, the market here is very, very dead.
That's what I'm saying, right? So like I didn't know like how to like become like a rapper per se, right? But then somebody was like, yeah, you can just go to like a studio and like record.
Just go to the studio. Like you can walk on White Avenue and just record.
That's what I'm saying. So I was like, oh, so I started hitting up like engineers from like these like downtown studios in Edmonton. Like I don't even remember the names, but so I was like 15, right? So they were like, oh yeah, it's gonna be like $100 an hour. Like I had no job.
Damn.
That time,
no funds, right? So I was like, okay.
Bro, sorry. $100 an hour, bro?
Yeah, for real.
Studio time is not cheap.
It's crazy. Yes.
And that's Edmonton prices.
Yeah.
You go like LA or something, it's like $500 an hour.
Yeah. That's mad for real. So like obviously I didn't record there because I would have been in debt. So my friend had a studio like at his house, just like a mic. It's like, okay, bet I'm gonna go like record, just see what's up, you know. And I ended up dropping a song. Like looking back, it was horrible, but I actually got like a lot of love like from the south. So I was like, yeah, like I'm gonna keep up with this.
Well, all your boys were fucking with it, right?
Yeah.
And then and it continued from there. So
that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah. So like, it was important that I feel like the first song like I released like got like quite a lot of love like just from the city. Even just like it was a SoundCloud drop, it was like whatever.
What was your first song called?
I think Pattern or something. Yeah, it's horrible, but like looking back, like just compared to like now, like I'm glad, you know, I stepped out of my comfort zone, actually released something. I feel like that's like the most important thing, just like actually starting.
The first step, huh?
Yeah, okay.
Exactly. So like once you actually put yourself out there, everything else becomes like a lot easier. So
was it all love, or did you get any hate on it?
Yeah, I got a lot of hate too. Like especially because like me being in Skona at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the culture.
That must be tough.
High school for starting anything on your own.
Yeah.
Like putting yourself out there, you're
Hard.
gonna get like,
Exactly.
You're always gonna get judged. Yeah, they're always gonna have an opinion. Because I don't think in high school like even when we were in high school, like you don't think like that until it gets out, but you're easy to judge because I feel like it's like, okay, you can't sit in front of a mic and record and post it, so you hate on somebody else. I think that's just how it goes. But
I feel like everybody has like dreams they want to do in high school, but they're always like a bit scared of the
they're
criticism.
Like in like a loop, and they're stuck in that, so they just don't want to get out. So if I saw anybody else does it, it's like surprising. So you just
mad respect to you too.
Yeah,
for stepping
respect
out,
like
bro.
people just starting stuff.
Appreciate that for real. But yeah, like what was I saying? Like there were some girls, like when I told them, I'm gonna start rapping, they're like, please don't do that. Like why would you do that? They're like just like clowning me like in class and everything. I was just like, whatever, like I'm gonna show y'all, right? And like now, like obviously like nothing crazy is happening yet, but like I'm like getting towards my goal, like, and I'm just gonna keep grinding it out until something pops off. So yeah.
That's crazy, man. Some people actually will sit in front of you, listen to you express something that you're passionate about, and go, bro, nah.
Yeah.
I think that's crazy to me, man.
Yeah,
it is.
Especially it's going. I mean, you're rapping. You're not singing no country folk. It's a little hard, yo. If you were at Ainley, it would have been a different story. I promise you.
Yeah, for real.
But you guys were both started at high school. I want to know why you didn't reach out to each other. What was going on there? Because you were mentioning you had a little bit of a. Did you have a mic and stuff in your house or no?
Do I have a what?
Did you have a mic and a setup in your house?
Oh no, like I was never recording people. I just like laptop.
Yeah.
Some like I bought like $30 speakers from Best Buy or something.
Yeah.
But like, cause he went to Skona, I went to Ainley. So like, out of all the music people I knew, it was like 80 Perp, like Nate.
Yeah.
I think you guys know Young Dirty.
Yeah.
I went to Louis. That's my bro since kindergarten actually, and like grade 1, some shit like that. But like, I didn't really know of Tommy. I knew of or Tdott. I knew of like Brume, like kind of mutual friends, but it was probably like university first year because we were at U of A. I used to like skip all my classes and just make beats on my computer, and then like I'd be like, yo, I got a pack for you, like listen to this shit. Meet him at like the mall there. Like, yo, listen to this.
So did you ever use any of
See, like this is one beat he made. I actually liked, but I didn't use it. Just cause, like, I don't even know, like, bro, the beats I pick, I don't even drop that much for real.
Where did you get them from?
Usually YouTube.
YouTube,
like,
okay.
I just like search up like.
You can just
beats.
download them like that.
Are they like free beats, or like you got a producer to like edit it, or you buy them?
You have to like pay for at least.
Oh, you pay for that.
Like producers like to get like exposure, because a lot of even major artists will go on YouTube. Like, you guys know Nardowek?
Yeah.
He before he's pretty big now, but he was going on YouTube and he locked in with a producer that was posting like future type beats. So you post, like, a producer will post like future type beats. It'll say free in the title.
Yeah.
And then like, but in the description it's like, if you want to like make money off of it, you gotta buy at least like a lease, meaning like you pay $30, $50, and like you're allowed a certain number of streams on your song until you have to renew the lease, or you can buy an exclusive, but it usually costs more. Shit like that.
Yeah, exclusives are like usually like $3 to like $5.
It depends. If it's like a small YouTube producer, like they'll sell an exclusive anywhere from $40 to like 500, which means like they can't sell the beat to nobody else. It's specifically yours. But like you got people like that are producing for Lil Baby, shit like that, and they're still posted on YouTube. You try and buy an exclusive off of them, it's like $5K.
Yeah.
Like, and they will not. If you say like I got 1,000, they're like fuck off.
No, yeah. So Tdott, like, I know that you don't swear in your music whatsoever. Yeah. Why is that?
Basically, so I used to, like, when I was just starting, like, initially. I don't know if you remember, but yeah, like grade 10, 11 I did, but like it was just like a lot of like rap cap, I feel, and like that just wasn't me, like, genuinely. So I was like, cause like I said, I grew up in like church, like I'm still Christian, like I'm like pretty serious like about my faith. So I was like, if I want to like do this seriously, like I feel like I should come like to the industry like as myself, and like not like somebody else, you know. So like that's kind of the decision I made.
Yeah, but you don't need to swear in rap though. You look at Will Smith. He won a Grammy with no cuss words.
That's what I mean, because I feel like people are like, they're determined to swear because they feel like they need to.
Yeah.
But I feel like the path that he took, taking that different, I think that's different.
It differentiates him from like everybody else.
I also gotta say it really says something about your IQ, because I feel like a lot of people when they cuss too much, because they can't find words to fill the blanks, right?
So just cussing.
So they'll just cuss. But I've noticed that you don't swear, because I've seen some of your videos where you'll post like a TikTok or Instagram reel and you're rapping into your song, and the lyrics really do have meaning behind them. You know, you're mentioning Edmonton stuff, you're mentioning the boys, and it's none of that, you know, I got Cuban links and and bullshit. So I really mess with that, bro. But I want to know when you're writing the songs, how long does it usually take? I'm just genuinely curious.
It really depends, like, on the song. Like, I think, like, I wrote, like, for example, the EP I released, I wrote Crazy in, like, a day. Wow. But, like, a song can take me, like, a week or, like, even a month. Like, if I really want to, like, focus on it, like, go back and, like, tweak stuff. It's probably, like, I'd say it's probably the same for, like, beat making and stuff, like, sometimes. Oh, you quick?
Max like 2 hours.
Oh,
yeah.
So you bumped him out. Hey, he's not humble at all.
Nah, bro, but yeah, I guess it just depends for real, like, cause sometimes I think I'm done, and it's like, oh, I want to switch the flow here, so like I'll go back like a week later or something, then tweak it.
Just kind of tweak it a little bit. Okay, yeah.
But yeah, it can take anywhere from like a day to like a week, I'd say.
Yeah.
You ever get writer's block?
Yeah, for sure.
How do you deal with that?
Sometimes like I either just take a break, or sometimes I just like freestyle, like
in your head,
mumble, kind of like how I want to like have this part sound, and then just the words kind of just come from like the flow that I imagine.
Yo, be honest. In your writing process, do you use Rhyme Zone?
I have. For sure. Okay. Yeah. I don't anymore as much, but like probably like 2 years ago, like I used it a lot just because.
It's like, you don't know what Rhyme Zone is?
Nah, I don't know.
It's like a website. You put in a word and it shows you like all the rhymes and near rhymes.
Yeah, to like end off bars for sure. Like, I used to do that, but not as much anymore.
It was OP.
It's OP. I was trying to get my rap.
Yeah, I remember when I was writing raps in like high school, I was Rhyme Zone. I thought it was so fire.
Nah, I should have used that. I was trying to make some. We were like I think when there was COVID, everybody was just doing nothing.
Yeah, we're just
fucking
writing
around,
rhymes.
writing down like UK raps, trying to put it together and record it off like the iPhone just to fuck around, but like it never turned out good.
It's all because of Top Boy, bro.
It was all every time.
It's all because of Top Boy.
And Saucy Beats, when like you come to make a beat,
Yeah.
do you like have like you know already like what type of beat's gonna be, or do you just sit down and then?
It just depends. Like if an artist's manager, A&R, like anybody on the team hits me up, and I know I gotta make something that they can rap on. You want to always try to make something like a little bit unique, because like nowadays you see all these like even major rappers, they're just releasing the same song over and over.
Yeah.
And like that's what got them to where they are, but you want to try and kind of change their sound, because as you can tell with everything, like
People get
shit
bored,
gets
yeah.
old so
Yeah,
fast.
Exactly.
But like if I'm just like regular day just gonna go cook up, it's just like because I focus on sample making, so that's like the start of the whole beat, right? Like
Those
whatever
are the loops, or
yeah
okay, yeah.
yeah, so like whatever I make as a melody, a loop, whatever, like that sets the tone for the beat. So if it's just a regular day, I'll like, I don't know, play something on the piano, make something melodic, or like I have like a few synths. They're like keyboards with built-in sounds and like a bunch of knobs and shit. You can change stuff, and like usually when I use that, you make like two different chords, you put them together, add like a shit ton of effects, and all of a sudden it sounds like some crazy trap type shit, like future type shit, and then you just add a bunch of stuff. Like it really can go any way there.
I got a question for you, because like I don't know much about beat making, but you say you do sample making.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't you supposed to like take a sample and then make a beat off the sample, or like what is sample making?
Yeah, so like, well, there's like a loop, a melody, and a sample are all the same thing.
Oh, they're the same thing.
So
Okay.
it's like maybe an 8-bar melody, like of a piano that I played, just repeating. Add a few things here, add a guitar there. That's a sample. So when I say I'm a sample maker, I'm making a sample. But like samples can also be referred to like in a lot of UK music, UK drill. You'll hear like Justin Bieber sample.
Yeah.
They sample it, maybe speed it up, pitch it up, so it like sounds higher pitch, and then they'll like add like trap drill drums on top of the sample. So that's like sampling.
Okay.
So sample making, it's all kind of the
That's
same
the
thing.
okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what do you guys think, like, throughout the process that you guys were building yourselves up? Like, I mean, I'm sure you guys have long ways to go, but where you are today, especially being in the music industry, hate comes with it at all times.
Yeah.
And people are always going to judge you. There's going to be somebody out there that's going to like your music, but definitely somebody that doesn't fuck with it.
For sure.
They're always going to have your opinion. So what made you just keep going and deal with that? Like never stopped you? Like, be like, okay, you know, maybe this is not for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, through that process, everybody starts up, like you're saying, that you look back to your first song now, and it wasn't as good as, you know, where you're sitting today. So how'd you deal with that? And same with you for beats when you started off too.
I say for me, like, the amount of times like I've almost like quit is like a lot.
No
sure.
way.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Cause like you just go through like what I've like learned now. Like they're like what's that like quote? They're like hills and valleys, or like you know. So,
I
like,
get you. Yeah.
yeah. I don't know the exact quote, but like, you know, you go through ups and downs in life all the time. So there were times like people were like just dissing, saying like you should give up, quit, like you're not going anywhere, like you're not one of the artists out of the city that can make
So
it.
pessimist.
I know.
hate that.
Yeah, like there's one. I remember this girl posted it on her story. I don't remember what year it was, but it's like all these artists are trying to be like Forever Friday, like you're not gonna make it, like he's the only one that's gonna like make it out of the city.
And
Like,
what did she do?
understand that he started from the same-
I'm getting cheesed. What did she do?
I don't know. It's not important, but like
Nothing, right? Like,
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not important anyway, but like yeah, just stuff like that, you know. Like I guess when you're like younger, for real, when I could see that when I was like 17, 18, like that would like affect me like quite a bit, because it's like, what's the point? Like I haven't like seen anything happen, but
Yeah.
I feel like every time like I'm thinking about quitting, I always get like a paragraph of like love, like out of the blue,
From someone.
just like someone random.
And it just happens. right?
Yeah,
There's-
like it's not like I post something like I'm feeling down, like someone encourage me. So like
just
that's why I feel
signs.
like almost like God's just like telling me,
Telling
you know,
you,
keep going, because it's like extremely random. Like I'll just be in a slump, and then someone will just like show love like out of
That's
nowhere.
that divine timing. Huh?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's how I've kept going, and like just seeing like little milestones of like improvement Especially like the TikToks, like I started doing that.
Yeah.
That's really helped. Like,
Those are
push me.
banning, though.
Yeah.
And
Yo,
they go viral.
Who's the guy who made Corvette? What's his
Pop
name?
Hunter.
Yeah, I saw him comment, but he
Yeah.
didn't. He never.
Yeah, I
like it never
got the
happened.
feed. Yeah, he sent me a song, but like my voice didn't really fit on it, so
Ah.
I just never dropped it. But yeah, but yeah, that's for me. I don't know about you.
Like, since I was a kid, I used to mow lawns. Like, I was always been like business type of guy, mowing lawns, selling shoes, like anything you could imagine. So like, one thing I've never wanted to do is work for somebody. Obviously, like when you're a kid, you gotta get a job. Too bad if you don't want to work for somebody, but and then like having like friends. I had friends that joke around like you're wasting your time. I don't really care like what people say. Like I'm a pretty chill person where if someone wants to make fun, whatever, I'll laugh with them, because like at the end of the day, what you say doesn't affect how I feel. But then I have like few friends like Colton, Figo, Eugene,
Nate and stuff.
Nate, those guys, Tommy, like all these like guys that are all in the same like mindset of like kind of like fuck what everybody else thinks. Like
Yeah.
Right.
if you're doing what you love, no problem with it.
Facts.
So, and then like just seeing the success just from putting the work in, missing one Youngboy album, still putting the work in, because that was my like only goal when I started.
Yeah.
And then getting a song with them, it's like, okay, I did it.
What's
Like,
next? Hey?
What's next?
Yeah.
What are the new opportunities? And then as you start to gain a bit of like success, then you'll see the people that are making fun of you. Obviously, they're gonna, oh, yo, that's crazy. This guy, FaceTime this guy. And like, again, I'm not the type of person that's like, oh, like you dissed me before, like fuck you. Like I don't care. But like I know who's been there from the start, and
You're always
who's-
watching, huh?
That's almost
Yeah.
how it is, you know.
and like,
Always.
but also like, I've made fun of people doing stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure we all have.
Yeah.
So
Right.
at the same time,
That's
I can't be pissed at someone saying like, yo, you're a loser, posting your beats on your story, right? But like, it is what it is. If I think the people that talk the most shit that like you don't even know, they're literally sitting in their house
Doing nothing. Hey?
scrolling TikTok all
Yeah.
day. What are they doing? You know what I mean?
It's envy at the end of the day. It's envy.
Yeah, literally. And like when you think of it that way, then their opinion literally does not matter.
Yeah. That's what we've been thinking about too. Like as we're starting off something like this.
yeah, we
But,
see
like,
sneak disses on
we see
stories
Sneak
too. I'm
Disses
like,
talking about
what
it,
is
but,
this,
like,
man?
The thing is, like, they're not gonna understand the vision. Like you starting off where you're starting off from,
Yeah.
because nobody does unless it's just you who, as a person, believes in yourself. And then once things start getting better, it's like they'll be like, oh, like now it's actually working, right? So things like that, I think, just super like it's. I don't want to get into the hate shit that we get, but it's whatever, we're
Facts,
moving
yeah.
on, keep going towards it. But you come from a brown family. I come from a brown family. It'd be unorthodox to be somebody that's, I don't know, like, of course I don't know what the culture you're raised in, but like if you take as like a general brown family concept, it'd be unorthodox to say, oh, I'm making beats or I'm gonna be a producer
Oh,
one
yeah.
day, right? So where did you have your parents' support, family support from off the bat, or was it a bit of a struggle to just make them
Well,
feel
like I do have very traditional parents, so
Yeah.
it's like get your degree,
oh yeah,
start a family,
same page, yeah.
like save your money.
Yeah.
But like they're traditional, but they are a bit like whitewash. So
Yeah.
like they understand like what happens nowadays, how people are able to make a living. So like my mom was the one who forced me to take piano. I hated taking piano up until like I took it up until probably grade 11 of high school.
Did you
So,
do
like,
Royal Conservatory?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too, bro. What level?
I think I took the grade 9 exam, like the second last one, and then I didn't take grade 10.
I got 8.
Yeah, that shit. Like, cause it's all classical music with that type
Yeah.
of stuff. So like, yeah, I learned stuff that helped me with making beats and stuff. But like, honestly, probably what I've learned from taking piano lessons, you could watch on a YouTube video and learn it in 30 minutes instead of spending like 15 years doing it.
But also
But,
consistency or no?
Huh?
You think you learned a sense of
Oh,
consistency?
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, towards the end of my like piano lessons, I wouldn't practice all week. I'd wait till half an hour before my lesson and quickly try to like learn something new. But yeah, like my parents, they're very supportive. They kind of like to say like you got to think long term, because with something like music, and you know this, like 1 second you might be earning, the next second
Right.
like
Exactly.
Yeah.
nobody cares about you. You're lost. So like that's a good thing about getting a degree or going to school. It's like it's a backup plan. But like as long as I'm being responsible, if I'm gonna slack off in school, gotta be worth it.
Right.
Even then, my parents still don't agree with it, but like, if they see that I'm actually doing something rather than just sitting at home playing like Minecraft all day or something,
Yeah.
instead of doing good in school, then they support it. So it's pretty good support from them.
Yeah, I think the same page. Yeah, it's just like, my mom even said if I make 100 mil, I still have to get my degree.
Yeah, exactly. So it doesn't
She's
matter
like,
how much.
Doesn't matter how
you
much
make.
money. Doesn't matter what you do. She's like, you're
Yeah.
doing what you. She doesn't like I don't think she has much like say that what I'm doing. She like, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
As long as you're finishing school, and then after that, go ahead, live your life.
Exactly.
I don't care. But
Like,
yeah.
I want to get back to the music, and I want to ask you about when you're making the beats. Do you have a tag?
I used to. You guys can search up like my old beats. I'm not gonna say it.
Oh,
I was hoping.
But it was like I paid some girl in Toronto
Saucy.
like 30 bucks to like make me a tag.
Saucybeats.
And I was sending beats with my tag on it to like Youngboy and Lil Durk, Roddy Ricch, these guys. Pretty much every one of their like managers, recording engineers said, if you send me another beat with your tag on it, like we're because my tag was so like it just wasn't good. The quality was trash. It was just so then I just changed it. It's just like somebody saying Saucy like in a song. I sampled it. It's
Saucy.
Just like, no, it's just regular. It doesn't- no like moaning or anything.
Okay.
It's just a simple tag.
Because I know you're really focused on the rap game right now.
Yeah.
Would you ever consider expanding to, like, for example, if an R&B artist hits you up and was like, I want a slow kind of Bryson Tiller, like a John
Yeah.
Legend even kind of vibe? Would you be open to that?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely already work with a few R&B artists, but like it's just I'm not that skilled in like making beats or sample making for R&B.
Mm-hmm.
But I already have when it comes to R&B, like other genres than rap, I'm decent at making the melodies, the loops. When it comes to rap, I'm really good at the drums. So like I have a song with Bryson Tiller, unreleased, but like we sampled some girl doing a cover of X, like XXX Tentacion. One of his songs. Like I sampled that shit, sent it to my buddy. He added something, then somebody else did drums. So I am pretty like, what's the word?
Diverse.
Diverse. Yeah, diverse with like the genres, but yeah, when it comes to like hip hop and trap, that's probably my main focus.
That's all good, yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
Alright.
Would you ever consider going into the R&B side of
Yeah.
things?
I've seen your story.
sure.
They're talking about you and make people are asking for R&B track for.
Like I have some girls I know that sing, so I'm probably gonna collab with them. Like if not this year, next year. Like I just don't. The thing about like with my music, like I don't really like plan my drops like far ahead. Like if I make a good song and I like it, I think it has like potential to like do well. That's like what I kind of like focus on. But yeah, I'm definitely trying to make R&B. Like even in N2S, like I've been in Caleb, like two very like elite singers. So I've been collabing with them. Like they've been doing like they're gonna be doing like background vocals on my next single. It's like an old school like rap vibe. So like I'm really excited to release that. So yeah, but like definitely I'm trying to diverse my music and like my catalog as well, just to not be like stuck within one genre. Like Amin was saying before, like I feel like that's how like a lot of artists fall off, just because people get tired of like hearing like the same beats, same melodies, same everything like over and over again. So like I want to be like an artist kind of like Tory Lanez almost.
Yeah,
like,
I could
just,
picture you
like,
on a tropical beat, bro. Playing on a beach, bro.
Yeah, but that's like Roddy Ricch.
Yeah.
This guy is like massive artist, right? He drops his like Please Excuse Me for Being an Antisocial album, goes crazy.
So elite.
He doesn't change his sound, waits 2 years, making everyone think he's gonna be some next big thing, and he sold like 60K first week, which is like for someone like that with all the promo for the album and everything, like that's low.
The Baby is very similar in that way too.
Man.
Like all his songs sound very similar.
He been changing it up now. He's doing like that Playboy Cardi shit.
He is.
Yeah, like
Wow,
he did
shit.
that tape with Youngboy and they're like screaming high pitched. I think it's trash.
That
but,
tape.
like,
Yeah, because
That tape was not good, bro.
yeah, I didn't even get that many sales.
Yeah.
But what do you guys think? Like, I think we like, well, all of us coming from the same group, we've always listened to underground rap more than mainstream, which just hasn't been something we're interested in. I like to find artists like, well, not anymore. When I was in high school, like finding artists that are like low key but are like super super good.
Yeah.
But as just like for example, Lil TJ, I think we like heard it like back when he was first dropped None of the Love.
Resume, bro.
And
Too.
yeah, back in those days when he was dropping really crazy tracks before
And I
he
had
was
3,000 views on.
yeah,
on
before he was
SoundCloud,
like
bro.
famous like that. But you know, as people progress and they get into industry, their sound changes. Like I've noticed that. Like Lil TJ used to be one of my top rappers, but it's fallen down for a while now because I feel like the sound. Do you think that's important for the industry, or is that like are you just playing by the rules of the industry, or like should you straight true to yourself as a artist that if you're going into if you're becoming mainstream and you're getting that fame, you should never change your sound and stay true? What do you think?
What I would say for that, like just using Lil TJ as an example, I feel like he lost like his hunger.
Yeah.
Cause like you hear his new songs, like there's so many like voice cracks and like you can just like hear like the auto tune like going up and down. Like sometimes I feel like artists, they just get like comfortable, you know, like they know if they drop something like it'll do well.
Yeah.
Like you know, he's
Because
in,
they
like,
have a following,
exactly.
right?
He was dropping back then. He like first came out of jail and he had nothing. Grinding to
You know, he's actually like hungry.
He's
like,
very
that.
formulaic
Exactly.
Well, and these guys sign deals with labels.
Yeah.
So like before they sign, they have their own sound. That's what they do. As soon as they sign, their labels tell them you need to make a pop song.
Yeah.
You need to make an R&B
Oh,
song.
really? Hey,
Oh,
they
yeah.
really forced the artist to.
Yeah, that was like Lil Durk before he got a new deal. I just learned this from watching his podcast with Nell. But like he was saying his label's making him do like pop music, R&B music, but like his sound is like that gritty, no auto type shit, right?
Yeah, like the New York drill kind
Yeah.
of vibe. Yeah.
So like and tons of artists, even major artists like Lil TJ for example, these labels they buy streams, a lot of streams for these people. Like
What do you mean by buy streams?
like it's not authentic. It's not
Oh.
actually 100,000 people making a TikTok to a
Oh.
snippet that's supposed to go viral. It's like the label like spending money. Like
Wow.
It's the fuck am I supposed to artificial?
Pay to win.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. And then it makes people think they're still doing the numbers. That everything looks good, but in reality, like you ask everybody, they say the shit's trash.
Yeah.
Right.
So you can kind of tell, and you can tell as well when like their first week sales come out and it's pretty low, and all of a sudden you see them at the end of the year like top 10 albums.
Yeah, because they're dumping. Labels are dumping money in. Okay.
So what do you think about signing with a label? I think that's like a controversial topic for an artist, and you're being in the same industry. Like, do you think that like people should stay independent? Because there's artists that like if you go UK, like Dave or Central C, those guys have been independent and they've been, you know, and then sound changes when you get into independence. So would you say that you should always stay independent or label? How does that work?
For me, I feel like a lot of artists mess up in that like they sign too early. So like if you don't bring like whatever the label offers you, like let's say they give you 1 mil, like they expect that money back.
Plus
Because
more.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's a business, right?
Yeah.
So if you come with like no fan base really, like let's say you're talented, maybe you have like one song that blew up. You come with like not like a secure fan base that actually like listen to your music like no matter what, you know. You're realistically gonna be like in debt because you're not gonna be able to make that money plus more back that they gave you off rip, right? So I feel like I would sign, but I'd want to like make noise like independently first, like build like my fan base like first, so that you know I can be like a little baby that he's making like way more than what the label is giving him, so like he's fine, like he can do him, like he's comfortable like in whatever like whatever his contract is. But then there's some artists like, you know, like Lil TJ or like even I've heard like Rod Wave was like struggling with some of his contracts just cause like, you know, there's so many things that go on behind the scenes. Like when you're not like one of like the top 3 artists in the industry, like it's really hard to like release the stuff you want to release.
The labels are like terrible people.
Yeah.
Terrible. They do not care about your well-being at all. It's all about money.
Exactly.
Which I mean, it is a business, but like they will try to fuck you in every way possible.
And a lot of people like see the upfront money that
Yeah.
they get from the label,
Mhm.
and they think that
They don't read the contract.
Yeah.
They don't see that like the label's taking like 95 cents out of every
Exactly.
dollar made on the song.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Nah, for real.
Wow.
that's like Youngboy's label deal. I don't know the details of it, but like he doesn't own. I don't think he owns any of his masters or something like that. Like when you make a song, I may be way off here. Like this is still confusing to me, but like you have like the publishing side of things, which is like paying you for plays on the radio, I think, and like concerts and stuff. And then you have the master, which is like another stream of royalties.
Yeah.
Where like I think it's like for a producer, we'll get like 3% on the master, which is only 3% of the artist's 5% on the master. It's like the artists are getting just like shit on
Nothing.
Bare minimum.
right?
Hey, wow.
So like they're making like maybe 5 cents per dollar, and out of their 5 cents, I'm making like 3% of 5 cents. But like when you have an artist that's doing millions of streams, it
adds up,
obviously,
yeah.
But still, then you think of what the label's making,
Exactly.
and it's like, how the hell did you sign this to begin with?
And I heard like Spotify, like per like stream, each artist gets like 0.0000001
Yeah.
cent.
The streaming platforms as well. Everything's pretty corrupt. Even like Grammys, awards, everything, billboards. It's kind of like who's paying the most. I don't think it's as authentic as it used to be.
So that's why a lot of artists get really pissed off with the Grammys and whatnot when
Yeah.
it comes to that kind of shit.
Exactly.
A lot of them don't show up. Cause you think it's because
It's all politics.
it's all politics, hey?
Like you think like I talk about Youngboy so much, but like
You think he deserves a Grammy?
his numbers are insane.
Yeah.
right?
Facts.
He's like dude, he already did like what 1.2 billion views in on YouTube in this year. It's been 3
Yeah.
months.
And that's $40 million just off
Yeah.
YouTube.
That's crazy.
Just
right?
keep that
like
in
he's
mind.
running the game. He's ahead of Taylor Swift. All this type of shit. He's not getting nominated for Grammys
No, not.
because he's blackballed by the industry, regardless of what's happened in the past. Even before then, like everything needs to be mainstream. When you have a guy who's like kid that went to jail, all this stuff, like the media doesn't like to push that.
That out, yeah.
So
But that's most of the rappers past though, like the guys that actually come up, like that's where they came from, right? And I
Yeah.
think they try to take that away from you, but at the end of the day, you can't because you gotta stay true to yourself. I want to talk about what N2S Entertainment is. Like, what's your plan with that? And just like, what are you guys going with that? I've seen it around and stuff. I know there's a bunch of artists just from Edmonton, but what's your goal with that and the purpose behind that?
So the goal right now, like, it's already like helping so much. It's like I feel like the industry, like within Edmonton, over the years, like it's been kind of like just like climbing like your way to the top. Like you're not really like wanting to like work with anyone. Like as soon as you get yours, like you just kind of like forget like about the city. So like for me, like it's a bunch of people that are like doing well, like individually, but we came together like over the pandemic. Just like I had an idea to make like a group chat with just like a couple like Edmonton artists and just like send each other like unreleased stuff and like just critique each other, you know, because like
Bounce ideas,
exactly
that kind of thing.
like it really helps with growth. Like so it started off with just like I think like 5 or 6 of us. But then, like, I saw, like, Eben singing. I was like, whoa, this guy's, like, extremely talented, like, before he even released anything. And, like, I've known him for a while, too. So, like, yeah, he got added. And then it's becoming, like, this, like, I wouldn't say, like, a label, but just, like, an entertainment group where you have,
Like a
like,
whole collective.
a producer, a lot of artists. Even my guy, Paul, like, he's an actor. And we're planning to just, like, my vision is just, like, I want us to, like, take over, like, every single, like, entertainment industry, like, out there, bro, and just like have you know, people that are doing like their own thing but like coming together to like help each other, push each other, and hopefully like bring up like the next generation too, like when we get old, like out of the city and like in Canada. And yeah, just like just go crazy together and just because there's that quote, you can go fast alone but far together, you know. So that's kind of like the vision.
It's kind of like you're giving back to the city.
yeah.
What does N2S stand for?
nothing to something.
Nothing to something.
Yeah,
That's deep.
Yeah, cause Edmonton is like a wide open market and
That's
it's
what I'm
becoming
saying.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also like it's like very like Edmonton's like very spread out. It's like nobody wants to come together. And it's
Yeah.
quite
It's quite a
support.
pessimist city, to be
Yeah,
honest.
I'd
with you.
I'd say so.
yeah.
I
A
think
lot
like
of people
nobody-
don't like to
I think we're judgmental
motivate.
here.
Yeah.
Edmonton's pretty judgmental.
Yeah, it's judgmental. It's like, oh, what the fuck are you doing it?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, it just comes from that. And then,
And I feel like it's because people in the city haven't actually seen somebody like break out.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
true.
You know?
Yeah.
So once they see that first person break out, then they're gonna be like, okay,
Exactly.
maybe these people can start doing it. Hopefully we can get there.
Yeah.
that's kind of our
And
purpose too. Like
2S.
that, yeah.
And
To kind of do
2S,
like,
yeah,
bring, because I
hopefully.
think that the city's so divided.
Facts.
Like, even if you could take anything, sports, whatever it is, you know, like, there's people that have done well in the city and, like, you know, they just, first thing they get the chance to leave, of course, like, get out of here as soon as possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like people just don't realize that. I mean, there's growth and there's definitely play. There are people. That's what the purpose of this podcast in general is, to like show that there are people at 20s, 21s, the next generation coming up that are changing the game at this level too, and like kind of going from there. They have things that they're gonna get to, sure, but they're starting out. But like people just are so like against showing love because you're nothing, and then when you're like, okay, like something now, it's like you brought up Forever Friday earlier. I was thinking in my head, I'm like, you know, like I'm sure he started in the same place, right?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
one of the artists that was nothing, but now he's Forever Friday, so it's like, okay, you can't be Forever Friday, but I'm sure people told him that back in the day, so where he came from. So like I feel like people don't want to be in Edmonton, and specifically because it doesn't bring the city together, and the love is not shown enough. I mean, your friends will always show you love, like, you know, like you having a group of those artists being together. I think that's crazy, and like we all personally are on the same page and mindset wise, so it makes sense to have that. But I think a lot of people don't have access to that to tap in, so they're just like, you know, get out. The first thing they want to do is just get out.
Facts.
Like everybody that I've spoken to that have done well for themselves, they're at this young age, they're out living somewhere else where it's more like you'll get love for, or like either nobody gives a fuck or it's like everybody will show you love, right?
That's what I'm saying. I totally agree with you too, like in that when I feel like a lot of artists that don't get shown love but then actually like take off, it's
And then
like
people bandwagon. and
exactly.
okay.
But they're like, they have this like mindset like, what do I owe the city? Like
Yeah,
everyone was dissing me.
exactly.
You know.
Well, they're right for that.
I feel like, but it also takes someone to change the culture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like that's what I'm trying to do. Like regardless of all the hate, all the negativity, like you sometimes I think at a point you just have to look past it and just like bridge that gap. Because like once someone does that, that's when you start to see like everything changing. That's when you start to see more people showing love, more people popping out to like events, shows, and bro, there's too much talent like here.
Exactly, and it's
There's
getting
too
wasted.
much.
Hey?
That's what I'm saying. So like, bro, 5 years from now, like this could be like a music hub, like for real. Like honestly, compared to Toronto, like I'd say we have more talented artists than like the Toronto music scene.
really?
Yes.
Bold.
Like right now,
That's
a bold statement.
That's bold.
But bro, like the thing is, what I like about this city, like maybe not right now, but like everyone has like different sounds. There aren't like a lot of artists that like sound the same,
right?
which that's why I think like this city will be very like big in the future.
Is that what you mean when you compare it to Toronto? Because you go to Toronto and you
Yeah.
have guys like Burn Up Band, you know, all the Tdott twins, and
yeah.
they kind of sound.
They all
kind of
sound like similar, you know.
Yeah,
But like
But
they're
here's-
doing really well still.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, but that's because everybody in Toronto supports them. At the end of the day.
Yeah.
The city of Toronto is all with them, behind them.
Yeah.
Also,
If that
everybody in Toronto's getting killed or arrested.
Yeah.
That's not happening in Edmonton.
It's
so.
died down.
It's been dying down.
It's dying down from where we were at. Like if you
A lot of
take
their
2
rap
years.
is fueled by like gang wars.
Gang
Yeah.
wars.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Like north side, south side.
Yeah, so
It's
many
not
of
like
them
that.
like
Rest in
have
peace,
been like,
Houdini.
you know, I think they were still in the scene. I think it would still be, but used to listen to Toronto rap a lot. So like coming out of that phase, I think it's now like there's some here and there, but half of them are either dead or half of them are just, you know, like once you lose like your own circle, like
Yeah.
the biggest gang, that's like Northside Jane, like them producing music, like how many have they lost? Like 4 or 5 of them now. It's just
That's what I'm
crazy to
saying.
keep pushing. I think Houdini was coming up next to be
And-
actually becoming more mainstream.
And everyone's trying to leave the city. Like you see, like Pressa, like
Pressa's
He's already been out. I
yeah,
think.
like
It's
you you try to leave there.
Even Benji left too. Like I don't think he
Oh,
lives
yeah.
there anymore.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
not.
he's in Dubai.
Yeah,
he's
for
in
real.
Dubai.
Nah, I wish he dropped more consistently, man. Like that guy, that
He's
I
so
think is one of the
tough.
best out of Toronto, 100%. But he's not taking.
was the best out of Toronto.
Who's the best?
Rest in
Oh
peace.
yeah,
You
rest.
guys know Tizzy Stacks?
Yeah, Tizzy Stacks.
Stacks.
Yeah, he's hard too.
He's tough.
Yeah, even like if you look at like LB, I don't know if you guys said like back in the day, like before Lil Tecca became Lil Tecca,
Yeah.
it used to be like a lot of him going on Toronto and like kind of get that, but he kind of stole his sound.
Yeah.
But like he took him the right way, played the right cards, and like nobody really knows LB if you really listen to Toronto rap back in the day. But now it's like it's taken off to like he's like Lil Tecca is like another level. But remember back in the day, he used to like come in and just dissing Toronto, and everybody was like, this guy's from Toronto dissing Toronto, but he's from New York to begin with, and be on 6 Buzz and stole the guy's sound, and next thing you know, he's where he is, and like I don't fuck with his music whatsoever, but yeah.
Little
But yeah.
Contradict yourself like that, bro.
But yeah, like I think Toronto scene is like it was good. I think it's peaked though in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know
I think
if
it's
I'll ever
peaked.
go back to how it used to be back in the day because
Yeah.
those artists were super good.
Remember back in the day, Bogues, Mr. Tour around Canada.
Stuff like that, yeah. Yeah, I mean that like stuff like that where they're half dead, but
But I understand what you mean when you want that kind of environment here,
Yeah.
and you want people to be able to show love without worrying about if it could go wrong or good.
That's what I'm saying.
Because at the end of the day, their main goal too is also to bring the city in. So it's all very wholesome, to be honest with you. That's extremely.
But people don't see that though. Like I think it's really hard to really bring people to like the right mindset of seeing the vision, because I think people just either believe, oh, Edmonton's not it. Like, I personally don't like Edmonton myself the way it is, but like I feel like if you change the environment, maybe people will want to stay here and not want to just be like, I want to get out of here as soon as possible. Right? I think everybody's mindset was trying to blow or trying to do well for themselves. They're like, first chance I get, I'm out.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And I think that's only because people don't support anyone unless it's like your own friends. It's like nobody wants to come and show love. Like even us starting things like what we're starting, like we're not like nothing is coming to our pockets. We're not making money off this shit, right? At the end of the day, it's like we're trying to create like a community as a whole, but like it's like, oh, like a bunch of guys sing on a podcast. How could you do that? Like that's just you guys gonna be misogynist. You're just gonna like stupid shit talk about. But it's like you guys gotta see deeper than that. That there's a vision that I think that's just hopefully by time as rolls and works out for you and for us as well, and people get to see that.
Facts.
But yeah, I want to talk about. Let's like lay back and more relaxed, but
Yeah, I want to ask you and you, but I'll ask you first. Like, what are some of the producers that you draw inspiration from?
A lot of Cash Money. You guys know Cash Money AP?
Cash Money AP.
Yeah, like when I first started listening to like hip hop and rap music, it's probably his tag I was hearing the most. Murder Beats. Like Boy Wonder and all the guys that produced for Drake. So like those guys I definitely probably get the most inspiration from, not just like because of their sound, but just like when you see someone can get to that level,
Right.
and like make a living off of this and like just do so much with it, it's so motivational. Like even when I get beat block or something, like I can't figure out what to make, it's just like you got to think of the bigger picture. So that's probably where I get most of my inspiration from.
What about you? Like, what are the rappers that inspired you the most?
Definitely Meek.
Meek Mill.
Junior
Meek
high. He's
Mill.
been my favorite rapper since like
Damn.
grade 7.
Prince? You said J.I.?
Nah.
Oh, Meek
Meek.
and who?
Meek Mill.
And who?
Oh, and what did I say? Oh, I was saying I listen to a lot of Kanye too.
Kanye?
Yeah.
Youngboy better.
Youngboy. Inspiration? That's why I can't
Better than everybody that you name.
Listen, man, I'm not gonna start this argument with you right now. But yeah, I listened to a lot of Kanye growing up as well. Like a lot of like old school like gritty, like really like spinning from like the heart rappers. Like that's what I kind of like started out with.
You ever mess with Wu-Tang Clan like that?
Yeah, for sure.
Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah, Method Man is so
Method Man, eh?
so tough, bro. Like I saw. Do you remember? Like a couple months ago, he like had like this freestyle in like a theater.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that video.
And
Yeah.
someone. I've seen that.
Like he's so tough. Like this a bunch of like the old school rappers like I
They're
got a
so
lot of,
underappreciated
That's
now,
what I'm
bro.
saying,
Like, I
man.
listen to bare old school, like Nas,
Word.
Wu-Tang, Biggie, and like, I don't see like anybody like my age listening to
Chain.
them.
Nah, for
I
real.
love the way you do that right there. You know, like.
you're next up to be a rapper. But yeah, I think old school is just like, I mean, I don't listen to old school.
It just goes hard, bro. Like,
It
you gotta
does,
listen to
but,
like
like-
a Mob Deep beat. It's just gritty. It's just grimy. I like it.
Or like you ever mess with like the old ASAP mob?
Yeah, like some of
When
those.
guys like those were around, like before what's his face died.
Yams.
Yeah. When they were still around,
Mhm.
they were making some old school type music too.
Yeah, I love music like that. That's why like my next drop's gonna be kind of like an old school vibe. Like it's like a Meek Mill type vibe for real. Like you know those like freestyles that he does like when he had like the nappy like braids and stuff like back on like it's kind of like that vibe. Like
Meek Mill's been vexing me lately.
Really?
Yeah, because I follow him on Instagram, bro, and he'll post like these snippets, and he's in the studio with all his boys, and it's so fire.
Facts.
And then he'll drop a song and it's not the snippet,
That's what I'm saying.
and I'm like, come on, bro. Are
He
you
has that
serious?
like one Pop Smoke.
Oh.
He has a Pop Smoke collab, and he put it on his IG. I
And
thought
he
it was gonna be on his album.
Yeah.
Like his sound is so tough. He just didn't drop it.
Oh my
Like,
god.
Nah, yeah, that cheeses me too, bro.
You guys listen to any UK music?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm about to
yeah.
get to that.
For sure.
Yeah.
What do you think about the UK? Yeah.
I mean, you're wearing Stone Island, bro. I'm guessing you listen to Dave.
Yeah, do you know like any UK producers? Like
Yeah, actually, my buddy Malik on the beat. You know Hard on Ice by Raw Wave?
Yeah.
Like, he produced that shit.
Oh.
He went crazy. He like lives part time in the UK, part time in Toronto. He works with a few. I think he has a few songs with Heady One. Guys like that. But like that's I don't know any other UK producers. I know a bunch of UK producers that they don't work with UK artists. They're working with like Dirk and stuff, but they live in the UK.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, but personally, like I don't think I have any songs. I think I have one song with Heady One. I got so much unreleased shit that like I
You
just
have a
forget.
vault, huh?
Oh yeah. So, but like other than that, for like UK artists, I don't personally work with many.
Would you be open to like drill
yeah.
artist?
Bro, I've been trying to do like drill. Like I've been practicing drill drums. 'Cause, you know, like hip hop and drill, it's two different things. That shit is so fun to make, but it takes like twice as long.
What do you think? What do you think about what Fumes, the engineer, is doing right now?
I don't know what that is.
You don't know who he is, bro. He'll get you know about this too. Is he'll get like all these artists, these drill rappers off the street, and he'll throw them in the studio. And I think what they do, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe what they do is they'll have a studio session, and he's so good at what he does is he'll put together a bunch of beats and he'll get the guys to pick, and then they'll just spit in the studio, and they'll make like a little YouTube video,
Yeah.
and they'll post it on YouTube.
Yes,
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, he's like doing like freestyles, but like I think he like records the video
Yeah.
inside like when you watch it you'll see more. But yeah, I think he's like
And
definitely
it's
coming.
to try to get these guys like popping.
Yeah, basically it's like a bunch of because he has a following now.
Yeah.
Like he's like partnered with like even like Trapstar and them, right? So he's getting big up there.
Yeah.
But as a producer in there, but he's not like I don't think I've seen anybody do what he does specifically like that in the scene. But like just getting drill artists that are starting off, like you know the guys that don't show their face, kind of those artists, and just putting them on.
Ski mask.
Ski mask.
Yeah, and then just kind of like they just go off on a beat, and he'll be one making the beat, but the recording will be like showing like them in the studio, like actually recording while showing his reactions to it, and like back and forth going that thing.
Anybody trying to pull anybody off the street to like do something if they have the skill.
Yeah,
It's basically
ups to
like
them.
yeah, that's
it's like the bang bus of hip hop.
yeah.
No, he brings a lot of up rappers.
Yeah, I mean he's had like OFB and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's had some of the big names, but
Like
most
he
of
had
like
Central
low-key-
on.
No, he hasn't had Central.
He hasn't had
no,
Central on.
No
Oh.
Central C yet, but
But Tdott, about you, who do you in the UK scene? Who do you look up to, or who are you looking at?
Looking up to, like, I watched, like, I've been knowing Dave for a minute. Like, I saw one of his freestyles, I think, when I was in, like, grade 10.
The Black
11.
Box freestyle when he's sitting in black and white. Kenny All Star.
I don't think it was that one.
Oh,
He
okay.
was, like, outside. He was, like, on some street, like, with all of his, like, boys in the back. Like, they were, like, you know how some freestyles, they, like, be rapping, like, some of the lyrics, like, with the guy? Like, they'll be, like, jumping, like, in and out. It was one of those, like, it was so, yeah. That's so tough, bro. So like I've been messing with him for a while. Like personally, I'm just starting to low-key get into like the UK scene. So like Heady One, like I heard of him recently. Like one of my guys, Fahad, has been like putting me on like a lot of the UK drill, like recently. So yeah, like it's crazy, bro. Like it's so raw.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
honestly
Yeah.
think UK has like when you listen, you can listen to like 20 artists, all of them are gonna be good.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, like there's such a high concentration of good artists. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But we all I listen to is UK. To be honest with you, stop
Oh,
listening.
I
to
think
you
we're
guys.
all like extremely diehard fanboys when it comes to that genre.
Especially
UK
Dave.
drill, eh?
Especially Dave. We're
That's
going. We're
it.
going next week to see next month.
Oh,
Vancouver.
right?
Yeah.
That's
His
sick.
concert, yeah.
We made a pact in grade 11 the day he comes to anywhere in Canada.
Canada,
We're
you
gonna
go,
fly
eh?
there to see him.
No matter how much money's in our account, we're going.
Yeah.
That's
No, but I
far.
think he's one of the hardest. I mean, when it comes to storytelling, I don't think you can beat his wordplay. Even if you go back to like he was 17, 18, it's crazy what like how he makes those. Like if sometimes I had to go in Genius and read
That's what
the
I'm
meaning
saying.
behind things, and then you just clicks in your head and you're like, shit, that's
Facts.
how the fuck did
He's
you
one
connect?
of like those rappers that like you'll listen to a song like every single time you listen, like you catch
You learn
something,
something
new.
new.
It's like,
Yeah,
whoa,
Yeah.
it's crazy. Like his
It's
song
like
Heart
when I listen to
Attack.
No Cap, bro.
Facts.
That is insane.
Heart Attack was probably the best song that dropped last year. Like
Yeah, 100%.
Agreed.
like 10 minutes long too. Like I don't think there's any other artist that can drop a song that long and people actually like
Listen
tune in.
throughout.
Yeah.
I will say,
Maybe
I think-
Kanye.
I think Dave and Kendrick are like pretty comparable in like the sense of like how they're lyricists.
Man, you sleep on Nas, bro. You guys don't know Nas, man. The greatest
I
lyricist.
feel like Dave is like a UK version of Kendrick in my opinion.
UK version of Nas.
I don't know, man. Kendrick's low key. Like, Kendrick's on a different level, bro. In my opinion, Dave's nice though. Don't get me wrong.
Nah, Kendrick's on a different
I
level.
just feel like Kendrick, bro. I don't know if any artist can touch
Kendrick's
him.
on a different level,
He's
man.
one of the best artists in the
I
world.
just feel like
Right?
100%. I'd say it's the same thing as him.
Yo, but
100
you
best.
can't. You gotta understand though. There's projects like the Butterfly, like
The
Effect.
Butterfly.
Yeah, no, I get it. Like,
Good Kid, Mad
like,
City.
I'm not disregarding Kendrick's career or anything, but I think Dave is what, 23? Long ways to go, I think.
That's no facts. I
That's
agree.
true, yeah.
I'm just saying, like, not even like as artists as a whole, but like lyricism. I don't think anybody touches like Kendrick. That's like here right now. That's just my opinion. I don't know.
No, it's a hard. Yeah.
Kendrick's my favorite.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah, but yeah, I just think that I've never heard somebody like hard with lyrics in that, because I think the wordplay just
Nah, it's
like it
crazy.
goes over people's heads. Like before Heart Attack, my 19th birthday, it was a similar kind of process. Like 9 minutes too. I like listen to that shit every single time. Like my girlfriend's like, "How do you listen to a 10-minute song?" And I'm like, I don't know. It just works, right? And then even when he makes like location type of songs, I think he can like flow it up. But
Yeah.
mostly the storytelling, like even location, like that's
what
that's
I'm
an
saying.
all-time banger. You know, like yo,
Everybody knows that whether you listen to UK music or not.
Yeah,
You know
listen to
Location with Burna Boy.
Really?
You don't know it?
If I
You gotta go
played
listen
it,
to
if I
that
played
track.
it, you
It's
know,
it's
I
so
probably
tough.
recognize it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how you can go to like Afro too. Like he's super talented.
Would you ever go into Afrobeats?
Yeah,
I
like, I've
personally
dropped
mess
two.
with
Dropped one,
Afrobeats.
right?
Yeah, I've dropped 2 already.
But like consistently
Like,
make an
consistently?
album. Would you
Yeah.
make an Afro?
100
Yeah.
people. Yeah, because like I'm Nigerian, right?
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Like that, like one day, like I definitely want to drop like a full like Afrobeat album.
So do you listen to like a lot of Davido and like Burna Boy
Yeah.
and those guys? Yeah,
All those guys, yeah.
trust.
sure.
Who's your
I
favorite
mess with
Afrobeats? I've been getting into listening to Afrobeats lately.
Probably right now, I'd say Burna Boy.
Burna Boy, yeah.
The African Giant, that album is banging, bro.
So tough, bro. He's really elite, and like I just found out he's like 30, bro. I
Yeah.
didn't know that, bro. I thought he was like 25 max. It's
But black
crazy.
don't crack, bro. So, yeah, he's always gonna look 25.
That's what I'm saying, bro. But yeah, like that scene is. I like how it's keep taking over now. Like it's getting like it's the respect it deserves. I feel like a lot of people are tapping in that wouldn't have usually tapped in like a couple years back. So yeah, that scene is like crazy, bro. Especially like even like women like Thames. She's like
Thames is
very
good, bro.
elite.
Yeah. Fountains with Drake, that one. And
Very tough, bro.
that's when I found out about her.
Right?
And then I went to her Spotify profile, and I had a few days straight where I was just bumping her.
So, yeah.
She's doing
She's
good,
fire,
bro.
bro.
And then you got people. Sorry, go. You were gonna
No,
say
go
something?
ahead.
No, go on.
No, I was just getting up. Go ahead, finish the question.
Would you?
What?
Sorry, would you ever consider making Afro beats like that?
Yeah, it's just like I'd have to learn that shit.
He's still learning drill, man.
Yeah.
He's still learning drill.
One step at a time.
One step at a time.
Baby steps.
What's the next like place you like kind of beat that you wanna try making and learning?
To be honest, like a lot of people want to do the opposite, but like a lot of my placements so far are like kind of like hard shit. I want like a song with Rod Wave, just like something where I make a melody, like some melodic shit on the piano, you know, using what I've learned from like taking piano, and then something that like, yeah, something that touches people. You know?
Are the majority of your beats?
Rod Wave sometimes, man.
Huh?
Late nights, if you play that guy.
Nah, for real.
I don't even listen to Rod Wave personally. I'm literally listening to like murder music or like trap stuff.
This guy's so weird, bro.
I don't listen to any like
actually
pain
so
music,
weird.
but
Youngboy.
like yeah, when it comes to like producing, I definitely want to make something like that.
What about Youngboy's pain music? You have some pain
Well,
music.
of course I listen.
This guy's playlist, bro. I was in the car with him one day, fam. It's just like straight.
My
Why
playlist
beat?
is my playlist is like
Black Air
50
Force.
songs of Lil Durk. Because for the longest time in between, like I was a big Youngboy fan. Then like he dropped an album, and then it got like I kept listening to it. Then Durk dropped something. He dropped The Voice.
Yeah.
That shit was like perfect album. Then all of a sudden I'm listening to all this old Durk. All my friends are putting me on this old Durk music. So like my playlist is like 50 Durk songs, some ESTG, some Nardwick, like a few other things, and then just another 50 Youngboy songs.
Do you think Lil Durk and Youngboy take a lot of influence from each other?
Nah.
No, because I was actually
You know what's like the beef between them?
not necessarily. I saw a bunch of memes this morning though about how
Yeah.
Lil Durk dropped a music video. He's doing push-ups, and people are comparing it to how Youngboy is doing push-ups in a
Yeah.
music video, and they're copying each other. And
No,
stuff.
but like the
what's
whole
beef?
story is
Explain it
like,
to me, yeah.
well, like see, I'm a producer. Like, I don't pick sides or anything. I love Youngboy. I love Dirk. Whatever. Blah blah blah. But like, you know, King Von.
Yeah.
So King Von, I believe he was at a club, and Quando Rondo and his crew was at the same club. They got into a fight. Some blah blah blah. Something happened. King Von got shot by someone in Quando's group.
Yeah.
Who I have a song with Quando, and the guy who shot King Von is featured on the song.
Oh shit.
Damn.
Yeah, Lil Tim. Trash song, but anyways.
Damn.
So like, from that, even though it was just Quando Rondo's crew that beefed King Von's crew, it's now OTF, like Lil Durk versus Youngboy.
Oh, okay.
KT.
That's right. So, and like Youngboy went to jail, I think about a year ago. He like ran from the police. You remember that shit?
Bro, I saw
And
the
like
video.
yeah, bro.
So
They were
dead.
filming a music.
He's so slow.
They were filming a music video, and like the cops like came, anonymous tip, and like they showed a picture of the guns they seized. Like it looks like a fucking GTA 5 like, ammunition or something.
Okay, yeah.
There's like guns everywhere. So he got arrested, and like when he was in jail, waiting for his hearing, like Dirk and like everyone who's on Dirk's side was just steady dropping songs, just dissing Youngboy, and Youngboy can't respond. He's in jail.
Yeah.
So then he comes out of jail like what 2-3 months ago. And then like he starts responding.
Makes that diss track.
It's rap beef. You can't
let it
you
be
could
here.
stay quiet, but like everyone's gonna call you.
Too much
this.
pride, yeah.
Exactly. And then like I think a month ago, Dirk dropped the single for his album 7220. It's called Aha, and like he just flames Youngboy and like Quando and all those guys, and then Youngboy dropped the song dissing Lil Durk, Lil Baby, Boosie,
Gucci.
YouTube, Apple Music, Gucci Mane.
Yo, why did he diss
India
Gucci
too?
Mane?
Because Gucci Mane dropped a song with Lil Durk. Oh yeah, he dissed India.
He dissed
Gucci
India
Mane dropped
too.
a song with Lil Durk called Rumors like 2 months
His
ago.
girl, bro.
Did you hear Gucci Mane's diss to Youngboy?
Yeah.
I don't listen to Gucci Mane.
That thing
that
killed
guy's
me,
too
bro.
old.
It was so jokes.
Only Gucci Mane
No one
and
cares about that shit.
He's
Gucci
too
Mane
old to be
2006.
dropping diss tracks, bro.
Like,
YB's like 21.
Yeah.
Like Gucci Mane's just real, bro. I'm just gonna say that. Like,
I'm gonna be honest. I've never listened to his response.
Really?
No, never, and I don't think I will.
Bro, he's like, I thought you felt like Gucci in 2006.
Yeah.
At the end, I was actually dying laughing. That was looking funny.
Yeah, there are the comments like you're like 50 years old, man. Stop making music and like just get out like or whatever shit. Like
I mean, you asked if they take inspiration from each other.
What I'm like now that I know this new
Yeah.
information, do you think they still? Because I still sometimes hear some similarities. Let's be honest. Sometimes, maybe in the back, do you ever think they go listen to each other's tracks and think, "Yo, I hate this guy, but I kind of mess with this." You ever
I mean,
think?
it's possible.
Yeah.
It's competition.
I think a lot of this shit is also exaggerated. Just bro, the numbers, bro. Dirk dropped that song Aha, and it did like 2 million views in 24 hours, and it's dissing Youngboy. Youngboy dropped the song literally less than like he dropped it probably 7 hours after
Like, after
Dirk,
that,
he
yeah.
recorded it and just dissed like everybody, and he did like 5 million views in like 12 hours.
Wow.
Right, like the numbers these guys are doing because everyone's going back and forth. Who's
Yeah.
gonna
They're
respond?
so involved in it.
Everyone's making money.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
So
saying.
I mean, I think the media and like maybe even the labels. I mean, you never know what shit's going on behind the scenes. I'm sure they're kind of saying like, say something. Say something.
Yeah.
do it.
As long as no bodies drops, then they're
That's
happy.
the thing. That's the thing. These guys have so much pride about what they believe in and what they like represent that like they will do something stupid just to prove it.
Just to prove.
I mean, at the end of the day, he did kill like the best friend, or like his friend killed his best friend, so he has to feel some type of way about that. You know?
Yeah.
For sure.
Like a little, you can't just let that go.
That's what I'm saying.
That's true.
Do you peep computer murderers too?
I didn't. I listened to it once.
Song was crazy. I think it's better than Aha.
Yeah, computer murder.
That
Was he
song was
dissing Youngboy again?
probably. It's probably just like throwing shade because he's he's talking reckless. That Dirk, when he's like on drill, he's so tough.
Yeah.
That, his album that he dropped, in my opinion, was pretty mid. Like 72.
I like
I
that.
like No
I haven't
Interviews.
listened to it
No
yet.
Interviews is probably the best song on there. And
What happened to
Penny
Virgil?
Too. What happened to Virgil's alright.
Class.
Dude,
Wait, you didn't like it?
But listen, bro, the rest of the album, every song sounds the same. It's all like
singing.
pain with the guitar. You know what I mean?
What about that? Well, there was like this song that had 2 parts, and the second part it was
Sounds like
singing,
country music.
Yeah,
I skip that shit every
time.
time.
Yeah,
I don't know, trying to like elevate, you know, like mix it up.
Well, it was like country music on like a Lil Baby type beat.
Was that like the Broadway girls? Song?
No, it was
that
called
a
like
different
keep it going or something. It's like a slash in between the title.
I don't even think
Who's
I was
a top 3 in both of your opinions in the industry right
In the
now?
industry?
UK, US, whatever.
You go
man.
first.
They go.
This would be a debate, but let's do it.
Kid, listen. I don't like. I like YB a lot, but I'm not a super fan. So like, this guy, right? He'll call him like the goat. This that. No, but he is in the top 3 in the industry right now. Like for rap specifically.
Are you talking
yeah.
about like most successful or like who you like the most?
I just think like who's doing like the best, like
Who's
most
doing the best?
numbers, who's like
Okay.
the hottest and like most talented right now. Like top 3 right now, I'd probably say it's YB, Lil Baby, and Dirk. In my opinion.
What do you think?
Same. I
Same.
don't know. Lil Baby's up there.
Yeah.
Okay, but if you had to rank them, then what?
Oh,
Well, yeah. Who's your
Like in top 3 rank?
You guys don't.
Youngboy
You guys
Beats,
don't
Lil
think.
Baby.
You guys don't think
You
Drake is in the conversation whatsoever.
just cause like
No matter
Drake
about
is
us.
just
Drake is
different
just
level.
bro,
Drake
he's-
doesn't count.
He's at like the
He's
very
just
very
Drake.
Drake,
yeah,
Kanye,
okay.
those guys don't count.
Exactly, everyone's tapping. Didn't his album go like platinum in a week or something?
Yeah, some shit like
He's
that.
really in a tier of his own. For
Yeah, he's doing his own thing.
yeah.
But like my like actual top 3, not like statistic wise, would be Youngboy, Dirk, and probably ESTG.
Mm.
Yeah.
Where
You.
am
What
I?
about you? Top 3 that you just enjoy listening to.
I would say Meek. He's gonna diss me for that. Meek. I really like Rod Wave. And my third, probably Lil Baby.
Piss poor list, bro.
Hey man,
Okay, but do you think Dirk over Lil Baby? Is that what you said?
Oh, Dirk. 100%.
Nah.
Lil Baby's not.
I think Lil Baby over Dirk.
I mean,
that's a sticky one.
Once you get a once.
That's a sticky one.
it's
I mean,
a
it
pretty
says Dirk
sticky
is
one.
better than Baby.
Yeah, I think Baby.
Bro, Dirk's been around way longer, and he's put out like every project is solid, in my opinion.
That's a fair point too. But yeah,
I think
He
Dirk's
has
more
the-
talented than Lil
He has the
Baby.
longevity.
But like when Baby like drops, like
Oh, it goes crazy. But that's just like Drake. It's just like Drake.
He dropped a feature yesterday.
Yeah.
So hard.
like he is so tough. Like, and the thing about Lil Baby that I don't get, like all of his beats very similar. Like,
Yeah.
same drum patterns, same 808 patterns, but like
Yeah.
he
I
still
mess with it.
slides like
Yeah.
every single
No,
time.
as a producer, right? Like when these guys are working on albums, because we'll get the heads up a year in advance. It's so fucking annoying because these guys are like, their managers are like, we need different shit. Send us like unique stuff, like change stuff here, and we're like, what the fuck? So we make something different, and then the album comes out and it's the same beat. Literally every time. Same thing with Roddy Ricch.
Yeah.
I have like 4 songs, maybe 3 or 4 songs with that guy, all on some different type shit or shit that was successful on his past album. They don't put it on the album. They drop some other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah,
like
it's weird.
there's that album is good, but it doesn't have any replay value. When everything sounds the same,
mm-hmm.
no one's gonna replay the album. They're gonna
Right.
go to other stuff.
Other stuff,
So-
exactly.
So you say like 1 year in advance before an album drops?
Or like,
Well, it could range. Like, for Youngboy, I'm usually like, he'll drop an album, and I'll already know what we're working on for the next album, which could be 6 months, a year away. And then someone like Roddy Ricch, like I think I knew about that shit probably a year and a half in advance.
Damn, you got
His
the
manager
scoop.
tried to sign me,
yeah.
like, and I was like, oh shit, it's Roddy Ricch's manager. Like, this is big.
Mhm.
Well, I'm gonna like make it out of here. I read the contract. It's fucked. It was robbery.
Robbery. Eh?
And that's the thing, because these guys like act like they want to build a relationship organically. Like, you don't have to sign. We'll still work. As soon as I say I can't sign this,
Then he's like,
I don't
oh.
hear anything back.
Yeah.
So
That's crazy, bro.
Well, what's your like other than Youngboy? What's the ideal guy you'd like to make a beat for next up, other than Youngboy?
I mean, Drake, Nardowick. Like, I want to get like a pain song with like Rod Wave, and then like a crazy trap song with like Future, Lil Durk, Nardowick, some shit like that.
Future, man. I love that guy.
I don't really like his new music.
Really?
I've never been a big fan of Future.
I'm always like DS2 though, and those kind of old albums.
Yeah,
That's
those are
2016.
hard.
Yeah.
The production on those, like 808 Mafia, Southside, those guys, I don't know how they do it. Like, I try and like replicate, like in the drums, you'll have like the clap, the kick, the 808, the hi hats, that ticking sound, and like Southside or like you guys know what DY Crazy is?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He worked
yeah.
with Future a lot. Like if you listen to their hi hats, like they when you click it in, like they just clicking shit everywhere. Like it doesn't even make sense. And when I do it, like it sounds like I'm doing way too much. But then you hear it on these guys like placements.
It sounds
with
good,
Future.
yeah.
It sounds insane. It's crazy.
Are most of your beats like piano beats?
Nah, it used to
No?
be, but now like so like on my computer I have different plugins, meaning like
Those like toolkits?
yeah, it's like different. Like within FL Studio, there's like different applications that have different sounds.
Oh yeah.
So I'll have like guitar sound bank, piano sound bank, and then I have a few other plugins called like Analog Lab, where it's like a lot of synth type shit.
Mm-hmm.
So like random sounds that people created. So nowadays I'll try to sometimes like I'll usually start with a piano. I'll create like a chord progression or something just to like give it like some structure. And then I'll just replace the piano sound with something else, and then I'll add something else, add some effects. But most of my melodies are probably like a piano type melody, maybe like a electric piano, like some shit like that. I'll add like a vocal chop. So like there's different applications where you can download like some girl like moaning or something, and then you can pitch it up, make it sound right, add some effects, and then all of a sudden it sounds like someone's singing in the background.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, I could sing myself and do it, but I'm not trying to do all that.
You can't just like throw the auto tune way up. And
I
just-
could like
yeah.
I have a mic now and everything, but like when I like even when I'm like trying to find like pre-made vocal chops, I doesn't turn down my volume because it sounds like I'm watching
Yeah.
because it's like it's always these like girls like with like high pitched voices. So and I don't want like my parents to walk in and sing it into the mic.
Like I swear it's not.
But what about you? What's your ideal artist to have on a feature with or something like?
Definitely Drake. Just because like anybody that gets on a song with that guy's blowing up.
Yeah,
so
you're just-
that and Meek, of course.
Meek.
Yeah. Who else? Yeah, Rod Wavefew would be crazy too. That's like I've been taking like singing lessons now for almost like 2 years. Because I'm trying to like I said, I'm trying to like start making like some more melodic stuff.
Yeah.
To like diversify my catalog and everything. So yeah, definitely in the future like I'm gonna start like singing more on songs. So yeah, that's the plan.
It's pretty hard. So what do you guys plan? Like, where do you guys want to be? Like, I know you want to build a strong base in Edmonton, but like, what's the ideal place you think would be for your own music? Like, where would you like to get out to, personally?
Yeah, we've been talking about this like in our group chat, like definitely like because most of us are in uni like right now, but like after school's over, I definitely like if I stay in Canada, I think I want to live in Vancouver. Definitely. Like I went there in 2017, and I just like I love the city.
Gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
I
just
think
like
the best city in Canada is
such a
Vancouver.
vibe for real, bro. So like living there, I just feel like it'd be crazy. I don't think the music scene there is like big either. So like that's another like opportunity to
grow,
tap
yeah.
into for sure. And then if it's like America, I don't really know. I haven't thought about it much yet. There's like LA, like most people go to.
Yeah.
And I've heard like Seattle's pretty similar to Van, so that might be a sick spot to like post up to. But yeah, I haven't thought about it much yet.
What about you?
I mean, for now, like I'm good to stay in Edmonton because I do everything online, so it's pretty chill. But if I were to like move, it would probably be to LA or New York. But I don't like the East Coast. Like I've been to New York. I've also been to India, and I think New York and India are the same.
Same,
shit.
yeah.
Too many people.
Too high energy.
People, yeah.
It's just like, bro, like driving in New York.
Oh.
It's just, like, you
Yeah.
can literally
Glorif-
walk
yeah.
faster.
Yeah, 100%. That's why
And
Same
India,
thing in
bro,
LA,
I
though.
hated India when I
Yeah.
went because it's
Same
just
thing.
Like, huh?
Too many
Same
people.
thing in LA.
No, LA's a bro. Like New York is like job heavy. Like everyone's working. You're going to work. You're leaving. You're going for lunch. You're going for dinner. Blah blah blah. LA is like you got people like smoking weed over here,
Yeah.
chilling over here. It's just way more laid back.
Yeah.
And I like that type of shit where it's just like, obviously there's traffic and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
But like it's just
It's not as hectic.
lower pace.
Less business
Yeah.
orientated.
Yeah.
Okay.
More entertainment based, I think. Like
More
compared
creative
to New York.
type shit,
Yeah,
yeah.
because
I
I
feel
think
like
New York.
all the buildings in New York just blocking the light. It's like so
Yeah. Nah, there's too much going on there.
I think they glorify it because in the States, but like if you compare like India, for example, I think they're similar as well.
Oh
'Cause,
yeah,
like,
man. Like
there's
there's
just so many people.
many
like,
people.
Yeah, it's too much. It's the same thing for both of them.
So I want to ask you guys both, when you first started making music in high school, when like the first day you started to where you are now, what advice would you give yourself back then?
You wanna go first? Or should I? Oh, definitely just like, bro, just keep going, bro. Cause like you make one song that like sounds like decent, and then your next song could be like horrible, and then your next song could be good. Like I feel like when you're just starting out at something, like it's very hard to like see how like talented you are or like how good you are, just because there's so many things that come with like songwriting, and like even beat selection is super important these days, because there's certain beats that people just will like not listen to, like no matter how like crazy your bars are, or like, you know, how your voice sounds on it. So just like I wish I experimented with like new sounds a lot more before as well. That's what I'm doing now, and I feel like it's really helping me, like just like songwriting in general, and just like staying consistent.
Consistency.
Literally, with anything, bro. If you want to get good at something, like, trying to do it like even like 10 minutes every day, like to start off with, just like, you know, keep the flow going, keep grinding it out, and as time goes on, you'll start to see like, oh, like I'm better than I was last month, or I'm better than I am last year, you know. So even like you're not at like the top of the industry yet, like you can still see you're taking like those stepping stones to get to where you need to be, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's my advice for sure.
I would pretty much say, like, just to tell myself to keep being patient. With like music industry, it you cannot rush it. You rush it and you're shooting yourself in the foot. Like it got to the point for me where like I'm addicted to what I do. Like I have such a routine, like if I'm going out on a Friday, I need to be home by a certain time, not because I have fucking homework the next day, but like I need to be up by a certain time to get something done. And if I don't do it, like it pisses me off.
Yeah.
So that's why like patience, but like, and consistency. But at this point, it's like I don't have to really worry about that, because it's just such a routine and an addiction of what I do, that stuff will just it'll happen when I'm doing the work. So I just keep working, and like, yeah, don't rush anything. And like, especially when you're putting something out to the public, you need to make sure it's at the level where it's gonna impress people. Because again, if you rush something and you think it's good, yeah, you think it's good, but like that's not what everybody else thinks.
Right.
Facts.
So with someone doing music, like an artist, you got to make sure you're actually like putting out your best work. With a producer, you got to make sure like you're not leaving shit out, not mixing something right, because when people hear that, it's all about first impression. As an artist, they hear your song, they like it. Okay, when's he dropping his next song? As a producer, they sent beats for so and so. This shit sucks. Don't send me beats anymore, right? So like, and that's like first impressions are so big in music, because if you mess that up, it is so hard to like convince somebody to like change their mind.
Yeah, even just like based on that too, like that's something that I wish I took more seriously, like starting out, because like I feel like as a kid you like write a song, record it, you just want to like release it because you like put all that like work into it, and you just want people to hear. But like now, like there's so many songs I record that like no one's ever gonna hear, just because I don't think it's like up to the standard that I want to be held to, you know what I mean? So like, yeah, like with what Ahmed said just now, like making sure that you're taking the time you need to ensure that you're 100% like happy
with
like,
what you're making.
exactly, like no mistakes, no, because like before, like I'd hear like something that sounded like a bit off, but I just like release it anyway, just because like, bro, like I was in the studio for like 3 hours, like I don't want to like go back and like retake this, like but, like bro, that's like
but you got to,
exactly,
you know what I mean?
That's what's gonna like elevate your game, like being,
people will notice the one little mistake in the whole 3-minute song,
and
they'll be like, this guy's not
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's what they say. You know, it doesn't matter. Like you can take 10. The whole song can be crazy, but that one part, they'll pick on that.
Exactly,
and that just
right?
makes it a bad song.
Bro, and like as a producer, when I listen to music now, like when normal people listen to music, they don't hear when shit's missing. Right? I'm hearing like producers that are like verified on Instagram, they're celebrities, and I can hear when some shit is out of key, meaning like if the song is in like C minor. You guys know what that
The
is?
guitar,
Yeah.
Like the 808, the shit that makes your car fucking vibrate. Like it needs to be on the right note.
Right.
And I'll hear like these big producers that they're like working with Drake and stuff, and it's off. It's not the right note. And as a producer, and even as artists, I'm sure they hear it all the time.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, how the fuck does this come out when I'm over here making sure like everything is perfect, and then you have some guy over here that's just rushing, and they got a song with like Polo G coming out where the whole song is out of key. It's ridiculous.
Even
It's all that ear training, eh?
that
Yeah.
song,
Ear training.
bro.
You know about that.
Yeah, I know about that.
That song on Gunna's album with Chris Brown and
with
Blue.
what's his name?
The
G
808s are out
Herbo.
of key. Yeah.
With G Herbo, the
that,
whole
that
song.
actually irritates me so much now, bro. Cause like, yeah, like now that you've been making music, like listening to beats like all the time, you really like hear like the most minor like things, and it's low-key annoying now that like I'm actually noticing that I'm focusing on it, because like I can't like enjoy.
You can't enjoy it how you used to be able to. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Even Run It Up by Lil TJ,
Yeah.
that shit's platinum. The entire song, the 808, is hitting one note, and it's the wrong note. You had one job. If you're not, even if you're not gonna change, like, so it's there's variation, like at least hit the right note. But if you listen in your car, like the bass sounds lower than what it's supposed to be, and that shit went platinum, and it has Offset and Moneybagg Yo on it. Like that's a dream placement, but the shit is out of key. That shit is frustrating.
No, but yeah, like music is art at the end of the day. You know, you gotta
Facts.
pick the little things. And like you guys are like, I think you guys probably have a long ways to go, and definitely like, you know, what you've been doing in the city, and you know, you're being on billboards. I'm sure that feels really good, and you've long ways to go in some all that stuff. So I think that you guys are doing really good for yourself.
You
And
guys sound very passionate.
yeah, and like even the critiquing, like I like that how you personally and you talk about as an artist that you know you care about the little things as an artist, and even what you're putting out. I mean, normal people listen to music might not notice that, but you want to make sure that shit's out properly, so you know nobody even has a point to make against it. I think that's super good, and I think that was a very music filled episode. We got a lot to talk about, some good discussions, and we'll have their links in the bio, so make sure you guys check Tdott out on all music platforms as well, and we'll have Sauceybeats links as well, so you guys make sure to tune in, show love, show some support, and
Appreciate it, bro.
yeah, like, subscribe,
sub.
comment, turn that notification on so you know when the next episodes are out. And again, put in the comments what else you guys like to see. You know, any other people that in the city that you believe or anywhere else, you know, just put them down. We're listening, we're watching. Make sure to get that in. But,
Yeah, I just want to thank you guys one more time for coming on the show. Really
Thanks for having
appreciate
us.
it.
Stream Tdott.
yeah.
Wish you guys all the best in the future, and when you guys blow up, we'll have you back on the show.
Yeah.
Say that.
Yeah,
Remember us?
But for now, I think that was an amazing episode. I really enjoyed it. We ran that for about 2 hours, which is
Really?
props longest podcast video we've had so far. So
way shorter.
definitely interesting. Exactly, especially when guys like Persa is chipping in from outside of the camera.
That's how you know it's good. That's how you know
That's how you know it's good. But yeah, that's all for now. Thank you guys for tuning in. You could be anywhere on YouTube, but you choose to be here watching us, and we appreciate that immensely. So HustlePedia out.